Bella woke up one bright morning inside her beautiful dream house, where the walls were painted in soft pink and sky blue colors, the windows sparkled like stars, and every room felt warm and happy. And as the sunlight danced through the curtains, Bella stretched her arms and smiled, because today felt special, like the house itself was whispering that an adventure was about to begin. So Bella put on her favorite dress, brushed her shiny hair, and walked into the kitchen where the table was already set with yummy pancakes, fresh fruit, and a glass of milk that looked like it had a tiny rainbow inside. And suddenly the dream house softly glowed, and a gentle bell sound rang through the halls, which meant the house was inviting friends. And Bella clapped her hands with joy because she loved spending time with her friends. And soon the front door opened on its own, and in walked Lily the bunny who loved painting, Max the puppy who loved running and laughing, Rosie the kitten who loved singing songs, and Oliver the little bear who loved helping everyone. And they all hugged Bella and laughed together, feeling safe and happy. And Bella said, "Welcome to my dream house. Today we will explore every room and make it the best day ever." And the friends cheered. Then the floor slowly changed into a colorful path, leading them to the playroom, where toys came to life. Blocks stacked themselves into castles, toy cars raced gently without crashing, and soft music played like a lullaby. And Max chased bubbles that floated around the room, while Rosie sang a happy song that made the toys dance. And Lily painted a big picture of all the friends smiling under a rainbow, and Oliver helped tidy up the toys so no one would trip, and Bella felt proud because everyone was kind and shared. Then the walls opened into the craft room, where glitter never fell into eyes. Scissors were always safe, and glue smelled like flowers. And they made friendship bracelets in every color, promising to always care for one another. And Bella tied each bracelet gently, saying kind words to every friend, and the room glowed brighter with every smile. Then the dream house softly moved them to the garden room, where flowers talked politely. Butterflies landed gently, and a small fountain giggled as water splashed. And they played hide-and-seek among the bushes, laughed under the big friendly tree, and shared apple slices while sitting on soft grass that felt like a pillow. And Bella listened carefully when Lily felt shy, and Bella helped Max when he felt tired, and Bella praised Rosie's song, and thanked Oliver for always helping, and the garden grew even more beautiful because kindness made it bloom. Then the sky slowly turned golden as the dream house guided them into the baking room, where cupcakes floated onto plates, ovens never got hot, and frosting spread itself perfectly, and together they baked star-shaped cookies, heart-shaped cakes, and shared them happily, making sure no one was left out, and Bella reminded them that sharing makes everything sweeter, and they all nodded. Then the house gently changed again, and brought them to the story room, where pillows stacked themselves into cozy corners, and books opened on their own. And Bella read a story about brave friends who help each other, and everyone listened quietly, feeling calm and loved. And when the story ended, the room filled with twinkling lights like tiny stars saying thank you for being good friends. And as the day slowly came to an end, the dream house became quiet and warm, and Bella hugged each friend, telling them she was happy they came, and one by one they waved goodbye, leaving behind laughter and love. And Bella sat in her dream house feeling peaceful, knowing that fun is better with friends, kindness makes magic stronger, and every day can be special when hearts are full of love. And as Bella closed her eyes, the dream house whispered softly, promising many more magical adventures to come. Bella twirled down the pink spiral staircase of her dream house, her slippers making tiny tap-tap sounds on the shiny floor, and she whispered, "Today feels special," because the morning sunlight looked like warm honey spilling through the big heart-shaped windows. In the kitchen, the toaster popped up star-shaped toast, and the blender hummed a little tune, as if it was singing good morning. And Bella laughed, spreading strawberry jam like a painter adding bright color to a picture, when suddenly a soft ding-ding chimed from the Sparkle mailbox near the front door, the one that only rang when something magical needed help. So Bella hurried outside and found a tiny envelope covered in glittery stickers and sealed with a rainbow wax stamp, and as soon as she opened it, a gentle breeze whooshed out, swirling the paper into the air, where shiny letters floated like bubbles. "Dear Bella, the Dreamhouse Friendship Festival begins today, but the Festival of Lights is fading. Please bring the house's heartstone charm to the Wonderland Guard." On before the last sunbeam disappears. Your friends are counting on you. The magic of home. Bella's eyes went wide, because the heartstone charm was the most important treasure in the dream house. A small crystal heart that glowed brighter whenever someone did something kind, and she knew exactly where it was kept, inside the friendship hall behind a painting of smiling clouds. But when she rushed upstairs, the hallway felt oddly quiet, like a storybook holding its breath, and the painting of clouds looked slightly dim, as if the clouds were sleepy. Bella pushed it aside, reached into the hidden shelf, and gasped. There was the velvet pillow, but the heartstone charm was missing. For a moment, Bella's stomach fluttered like a nervous butterfly, but then she straightened her shoulders and said out loud, "Okay, Bella. We don't panic. We solve, because that's what heroes in gentle stories do." She grabbed her dream house notebook, the one with stickers of kittens and cupcakes, and wrote, "Mission, find Heartstone. Save Festival." Then she pressed the friendship button in the living room, and a big screen lit up with bubbly sparkles, showing her best friends, Mia the cheerful baker who always smelled like cinnamon, Zara the brave explorer who wore a little cap with pins from every adventure, Leo the funny inventor who made toys that could dance, and Nia the kind gardener who talked to flowers like they were her classmates. "Friends," Bella called, and they all leaned close to the screen, and Mia said, "I was just frosting cupcakes for the festival." And Zara said, "I was packing my mini compass." And Leo said, "I made a confetti machine that only uses biodegradable glitter." And Nia said, "My roses are ready to bloom like fireworks." Bella took a deep breath and told them about the missing heartstone charm, and instantly their faces changed from excited to determined. Still far. Kindly, still gentle but focused like a team. "We'll help you," said Zara. "Friendship doesn't leave anyone alone," said Nia. "We can look for clues," said Leo. "And we'll bring snacks," said Mia, because that's what Mia always said. Soon they arrived at the dream house door, and as they stepped inside, the lights flickered softly like twinkly stars trying to stay awake. Bella guided them to the friendship hall, where the floor tiles had tiny pictures of hugs and high fives, and the air smelled like vanilla and flowers. But something felt off, like a song missing its chorus. Nia knelt and looked closely near the hidden shelf, and found a trail of faint glitter dust leading toward the playroom. And Leo tapped his chin and said, "Glitter dust. That's not from the charm. That's from the Sparkle Sprites." Bella remembered the Sparkle Sprites, tiny magical helpers who loved to decorate everything, sometimes too much, and she said, if the sprites took it, they didn't mean harm. They probably thought they were helping. Mia pointed to the glitter trail and said, "Then we follow it," and the group tiptoed down the hallway like friendly detectives, passing the music room where the piano keys sighed softly, passing the art corner where crayons looked less bright than usual, until they reached the playroom door, which was slightly open and humming, and when Bella pushed it wider, they saw a surprising sight. The toy castle in the corner was glowing, and around it zipped the Sparkle Sprites, tiny, winged, and dressed in shiny little hats, carrying ribbons and stickers and mini fairy lights. At the very top of the toy castle sat the heartstone charm, glowing weakly like a candle in a windy place, and one sprite waved proudly and squeaked, "Festival crown, we made it fancy." Bella smiled kindly and held up her hands. "Hello, Sparkle Sprites." "The crown is beautiful," she said gently. "Boo. The heartstone charm isn't for decorating. It keeps the dream house lights bright and the festival magic strong." The sprites paused mid-zip, their wings buzzing quieter, and one of them said, "But we wanted the festival to be the best ever." Zara stepped forward and spoke warmly. "Your idea came from a good heart, but sometimes helping means asking first." Nia added, "The charm grows when people share kindness, not when it sits alone on a tower." Mia offered a cupcake and said, "We can still make the castle fancy with sparkles, without the charm." Leo lifted his confetti machine carefully and said, "And I can make a safe sparkle show that doesn't borrow important magic." The sprites looked at each other. Then one tiny sprite carefully lifted the heartstone charm with both hands, as if it was a baby bird, and floated down to Bella. "Sorry," it squeaked. "We didn't know it would make everything dim." Bella took the charm and felt warmth spread through her fingers like a friendly handshake. "Thank you for returning it," she said, "and thank you for wanting the festival to be special. Let's make it special together." Immediately the charm glowed brighter, and the playroom lights brightened a little, as if the house had just exhaled in relief. But then the Sparkle mailbox chimed again, ding ding, and a new message appeared on the screen. Letters swirling like fireflies. "The Heartstone is back, but the Wonderland Garden Gate is stuck. The Festival of Lights cannot begin until the gate opens. To open it, you must collect 3 friendship keys hidden in the dream house. The key of sharing, the key of courage, and the key of kind words." Bella's friends gasped in a fun, adventurous way, not scary, and Zara said, "A quest." Leo said, "Keys mean mechanisms." Mia said, "Keys mean snack breaks." And Nia said, "Keys mean teamwork." Bella nodded. "Okay, team. We'll find the keys." They gathered around the living room map wall, which displayed a cute drawing of the dream house rooms with little icons, cupcakes for the kitchen, music notes for the music room, flowers for the garden door, and a big question mark for the attic, which Bella didn't visit often because it was full of old costumes and mystery boxes. A soft voice, like the house itself, whispered from the ceiling, "First key, in the place where sharing begins." Mia clapped. "The kitchen!" The group ran to the kitchen, where the cupboards were neatly lined with colorful plates, and the fridge had magnets shaped like hearts and stars. On the table sat a huge bowl of fruit, and beside it a tiny note, "To find the key of sharing, share the sweetest thing you have." Mia immediately split the star toast into 5 pieces and handed them out. "Here," she said, "because food tastes happier when friends share it." Everyone took a piece and smiled, even the Sparkle Sprites who hovered around, nibbling crumbs like tiny birds, and as soon as the last piece was shared, the fruit bowl shimmered and transformed into a shiny golden key, with a handle shaped like 2 hands holding each other. Bella picked it up, and the Heartstone charm glowed brighter again, as if it was saying, "Yes, that's it." A gentle chime echoed through the room, and the house voice whispered, "Second key, in the place where courage sings." Zara's eyes sparkled. The music room! They hurried to the music room, where instruments rested quietly, a guitar, a drum set, a small flute, and the shiny piano. On the piano sat another note. "To find the key of courage, perform something you're a little afraid to do, with your friends beside you." Bella swallowed. She loved music, but she had stage fright. Sometimes even singing in front of her friends made her cheeks turn warm like strawberries. Zara put a supportive hand on Bella's shoulder. "Courage isn't not being scared," Zara said. "Courage is doing it anyway." Nia nodded. "We'll be your garden of support," she said, and Mia added, "And if you forget the words, we LL hum with you," and Leo said, "I can set a gentle spotlight that doesn't feel too bright." Bella looked at their faces, kind, patient, and cheering her on without pushing, and she felt the Heartstone charm pulse softly like a brave little drum. She sat at the piano, placed her fingers on the keys, and began to play a simple melody she had learned long ago, a tune that sounded like tiptoeing through sunshine. At first her hands trembled, but then Mia started humming. Nia added a soft clap. Zara swayed like a calm tree in wind, and Leo tapped the drum lightly, boom boom, gentle as a heartbeat, until Bella felt safer, and the music became stronger and happier, filling the room with warm sound. When the final note rang, the air sparkled and a silver key appeared on the piano, shaped like a tiny microphone with a star. "Key of courage." Zara cheered, and Bella laughed, feeling taller inside. The house voice whispered again, "Third key, in the place where words make worlds." Leo raised a finger. "The library!" The Dreamhouse library was a cozy room with pillows, fairy lights, and shelves of storybooks. When they entered, the books rustled softly like they were whispering secrets to each other. On the reading rug sat the last note. "To find the key of kind words, speak 3 kind sentences to someone who needs them." Everyone looked around, wondering who needed kind words, and then they noticed a small figure sitting in the corner, one of the Sparkle Sprites, its wings drooping and its hat a little crooked. It looked sad. Bella knelt to be eye level. "Hi," she said softly. "Are you okay?" The sprite sniffed. "I messed up," it squeaked. I wanted to help, but I caused dim lights. Everyone will think I'm bad." Nia's voice was gentle as a lullaby. "You are not bad," she said. "You made a mistake, and you fixed it. That's what good helpers do." Mia added, "You also have great ideas. We just need to use them in the right way." Zara smiled. "And it takes courage to say sorry," she said. "That's something to be proud of." Leo leaned in and said, "Also, your glitter trail was an excellent clue. You basically saved the festival by helping us find the charm." The sprite's eyes widened, and its wings lifted a little. "Really?" Bella nodded. "Really, we're a team." At that moment the bookshelf glowed, and the final key appeared, rose gold and shaped like a speech bubble with a heart inside. Bella picked it up, and the Heartstone charm flashed bright like a tiny sunrise. The dream house lights turned fully on again, and even the hallway paintings looked awake and smiling. "Keys collected," Leo announced, and the whole group dashed outside toward the Wonderland Garden Gate, which stood behind the dream house like the entrance to a secret park, covered in vines and flowers, with a lock shaped like a smiling face. Bella inserted the 3 keys into 3 little keyholes, and the lock made a happy click, and the gate swung open with a whoosh of sweet-smelling air. Beyond it was the Wonderland Garden, more magical than usual, trees with lanterns hanging like glowing fruit, a pathway made of pastel stones, a pond that reflected the sky like a mirror, and a stage built from smooth white wood, ready for the Friendship Festival. But then Bella noticed something worrying. The Festival of Lights lanterns were still dim, as if they were sleepy, and the sky above the garden had a grayish tint, like the last sunbeam was hiding. The Sparkle mailbox message had said the festival could not begin until the last sunbeam disappeared, and Bella realized time was running out. "We need to place the Heartstone charm at the center of the garden," she said, pointing to a circular platform with a carved heart symbol. "That will power the lanterns." They rushed to the platform, and Bella placed the Heartstone charm carefully in the center. At first nothing happened. The lanterns remained dim, and the air felt heavy, like a blanket on a warm day. Bella frowned. "Why isn't it working?" The garden trees rustled. The pond rippled. A soft voice, older and calmer than the dream house voice, seemed to rise from the earth itself. "The Heartstone glows only when friendship is lived, not just remembered. One more thing is needed. The festival promise." "Festival promise?" Mia echoed. The voice continued. "A promise spoken together, to share joy, to help with courage, and to use kind words even when it's hard. Speak it and mean it." Bella looked at her friends, and they nodded. Bella placed her hand on the Heartstone, and one by one her friends placed their hands atop hers. Mia, Zara, Leo, Nia, and even the Sparkle Sprites floated close, placing their tiny hands on the pile, like a little glittery blanket of teamwork. Bella spoke first, slowly, so every word felt true. "I promise to share what I have." Mia followed. "I promise to make room for others at my table." Zara said, "I promise to be brave for my friends when they need me." Leo said, "I promise to use my ideas to help, not just to show off." Nia said, "I promise to grow kindness like a garden, every day." Then Bella added, "And I promise to use kind words, especially when someone makes a mistake." The Sparkle Sprites chirped together, "We promise to ask first and help together." The moment the promise ended, the Heartstone charm blazed with warm golden pink light, sending gentle waves across the garden like ripples in water. The lanterns woke up one by one, glowing brighter than ever. The trees shimmered. The pond reflected thousands of tiny lights, and the gray tint in the sky lifted, revealing a soft sunset pink horizon. The Wonderland Garden Gate behind them sprouted extra flowers as if it was clapping. "It worked!" Bella cried. And the festival music began. Soft and happy, like a lullaby mixed with a dance beat, guests started arriving, friendly neighbors, playful puppies with bow ties, butterflies that fluttered in patterns, like they were doing choreography, and even a couple of cheerful robots from Leo's workshop carrying trays of lemonade. The festival had booths and games, a cupcake decorating station run by Mia, a mini treasure hunt designed by Zara, a build-a-toy table hosted by Leo, and a flower crown corner managed by Nia. Bella welcomed everyone with a bright smile, but she also kept an eye on the Heartstone, which glowed steadily, responding to every laugh, every shared toy, every "Are you okay?" and every "Here, you can have my turn." At one point, Bella noticed a little kid in the crowd, a shy girl with a big bow, standing near the edge, watching others play but not joining. Bella remembered how it felt to be nervous, and she walked over with a gentle smile. "Hi," Bella said. "Do you want to help me with something important?" The girl blinked. "Me?" Bella nodded. "Yes. I need a festival helper to press the lantern button when it's time for the light parade." The girl's face lit up. "I can do that," she whispered. Bella took her hand and led her to the lantern control, and as they walked, the Heartstone charm glowed a little brighter, because kindness to someone quiet counts a lot. Later, Zara saw two kids arguing over a sparkly ribbon, and instead of scolding, she guided them into a silly rock-paper-scissors contest and said, "No one loses. Winner gets it first, then shares," and the kids giggled and agreed, and the Heartstone pulsed happily. Mia noticed she was running out of frosting, so she invited guests to try making friendly frosting together, letting everyone add one ingredient, and suddenly the frosting tasted even better because it was made as a team. Leo's confetti machine accidentally shot confetti too early and startled a puppy, and Leo quickly apologized, turned the machine down to gentle sprinkle mode, and gave the puppy a little bow, and everyone laughed, and the puppy wagged its tail. Nia helped the Sparkle Sprites redirect their glitter, decorating energy into making a beautiful thank you arch out of paper hearts, no messy glitter this time, and the sprites looked proud and careful, and one sprite whispered to Bella, "I like helping the right way," and Bella whispered back, "Me too." As the festival reached its grand moment, the shy girl Bella had invited stood at the lantern button with a serious, important face, and Bella announced, "Everyone, it's time for the Friendship Light Parade." The crowd cheered, and Bella nodded to the girl. She pressed the button, and the lanterns in the garden lifted gently into the air, floating up like glowing balloons, forming shapes, a heart, a smile, a star, and finally a giant circle that looked like a warm moon made of friendship. Music played, and everyone danced. Even the robots wiggled their metal hips, and the Sparkle Sprites flew in loops above, leaving faint trails of harmless shimmer. Bella looked around and Faye felt a big, soft happiness in her chest, the kind that makes you want to hug the whole day. She turned to her friends. "We did it," she said. "Not because of one charm, but because we acted like friends." Zara grinned. "The charm just shows what was already true." Mia handed Bella a cupcake with a tiny candy heart on top. "For the hero," she said. Leo saluted with a silly grin. "Mission accomplished." Nia placed a flower crown on Bella's head. "For the heart of the house," she said. The Heartstone charm glowed so bright it painted everyone's faces with warm light, and the garden felt like it was smiling. When the festival ended and guests headed home, the lanterns floated back down and hung peacefully on the trees, and the shy girl waved goodbye with confidence. Now Bella and her friends walked back to the dream house together, under a sky sprinkled with gentle stars, and even though their feet were tired, their hearts felt full. Inside the house, Bella returned the Heartstone charm to its velvet pillow behind the cloud painting, but before she slid the painting back, she paused and whispered, "Thank you, not just to the charm, but to the day, to friendship, and to every small kind choice." The dream house lights twinkled softly, like it was saying, "You're welcome." And as Bella climbed into bed, she wrote in her notebook, "Lesson: magic grows when we share, when we're brave, and when we speak kindly." And she added a smiley face and a little drawing of the Sparkle Sprites wearing Team Helper badges. And just as she closed her eyes, the Sparkle mailbox gave one last ding-ding. Not an emergency this time, but a happy message floating in glittery letters across her ceiling. Festival saved. Friendship stronger. Tomorrow, a new adventure.